Hi everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you in lovely professional university Edu-Webinars. My name is Dalvinder Kaur and I'm your host for today's webinar. As I can see, people are still joining, so let's wait for a few more minutes so that everyone can join. Till then, let me take you all on a virtual tour of our beautiful university. So here it is. Thanks for watching and thanks for calling. Let's talk about the C response specially. Is this video real or AI? No, this video is absolutely real video. No AI is harmed in making this video. People who wants to see this video can. I'll send the link in the chat box later in 2-3 minutes. So as I can see, people everyone is joined. So let's dive into today's topic, that is, will your B.Tech CSE be enough in 2030? What top recruiters actually want. So before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of the day. Mr. Sami Anand, Associate Dean and Assistant Professor, Head Center of Professional Training, Lovely Professional University. With over 13 years of a dedicated service to education, Mr. Sami has guided more than 30,000 students towards successful placements and promising career. So now I would like to introduce Ms. Dr. Kavisha Duggal also in this webinar. Dr. Kavisha is an experienced assistant professor with a demonstrated history of working in the education domain from 10 plus years. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any questions. You can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same will be addressed from my side in the end of this webinar. Now I'm going to hand over this session to our expert, Mr. Sami Anand, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from him. Over to you, Mr. Sami Anand.
Dalvinder. Okay. Just share my screen. Good morning, everyone. Chip, being the head of the Center for Professional Training at LPU, this is one of the most constant questions every year that pops up from the last 2 years. When we graduate, what would be the era? Because AI is changing things rapidly. And then will my B.Tech and what I'm studying be relevant? And if something is going to change, how I become resilient and how I become adaptive for that change. That's the key question from all the parents, students that come up every year. And that's where we went back to the drawing board last year, and there is something as a solution we have for everyone. But let's first understand what is the change, why everyone is talking about it, what everyone is speculating, what industries say, what experts are talking about. So let's first understand that how 2030 is going to look in terms of a student who's, a fresher graduating in 2030, and what recruiters and people who would be looking at you, expecting from you. Now, this is how, let's talk about from 2024 to 2026, in 2 years, how the landscape has changed. November 2023 was the year when AI came in banking, and it changed a lot of things. A lot of work-related options have changed. So this simple 4 spectrum changes that how AI has evaluated. Now, if you look at the skill premium that is there, so 25 to 28% higher salaries for people who are good with AI. And the speed with skill change and AI has come in has been anything between 25 to 66%. When I say 66%, that's a major change in all. How enterprises have been using AI, it was in very early adoption stage at the start of 24. And today, we're almost at the middle of 26. 90% of the organizations have adopted and started using AI aggressively. Job requiring AI skills, almost 3x growth. All the jobs that were there, 10% of the jobs, now 100% need AI, that you should be there. And this is all happening in 2 years, man. This all happened in 2 years. Earlier, when we used to talk about things, it was, okay, a 5-year plan, a decade, how to go about it. But now with AI, you can't look at 5 years. You can't look at 10 years. It changes so much rapidly that you first need to understand what happens in the last year, last 2 years, and then look at where it is going. Now, let's talk about how it is emerging and what kind of roles have come up in the last 2 years. AI engineer has gone up by 143%. Every company now has an AI engineer team, multiple AI engineers. Prompt engineering, my God, this was not a word earlier. Prompting was someone, saying something to you. I'm reading right now, there might be a prompter next to me and I'm reading from it. But now prompt engineering, how do you tell AI to do things has become the key requirement now. Content creation game has changed. It's all AI. You want to buy a TV from Amazon, and how does it look at your home? You can simply go into the Amazon app, use the AR/VR option, and project it onto the screen, onto the wall that you want to put the TV on, and you can see how it would look right there in real time. You do not need to visualize it. You would have it right in real time in front of you on your screen. A lot of such things that AI has brought in, which have made things easier, which have made things easier to understand, visualize, clarify. All of this, signals that are clear, these roles are going to grow over the years. Design would be the key that would come up with AI as #1 job. That is already, the signals are very clear, but this would be very, very relevant in a year or max 2. I talked about, this is one common myth. AI is amplifying careers and not ending them. A lot of students, a lot of parents ask, if AI is going to do the job, what my student will do? You're teaching him computer science, and if what you're teaching him is being done by AI, what he will do, what she will do. So everyone is speculating about AI taking away jobs. That's not exactly how it's going to happen. This is all I'm talking about, roles from experts, and this is all from Gartner's, McKinsey's of the world. So if you look at how AI is going to change, it's going to amplify careers. When I say amplify, it will give you more ways to do better things, more productive. It will get more opportunities open. So it's the same kind of thing which happened with calculators a lot of years back, with automation in factories coming in for production. It is the same as computers coming in into the banking industry. Everyone had thought process that it is going to disrupt how the workforce does. We have ATMs all around, but have the tellers been replaced? Tellers are still there in each and every bank, and it's working far better. So the opportunities will come up. ease of doing things would come up and new roles will come up. These are the roles that, the students need to target. Now, there are going to be predicted 170 million new roles with AI that are going to be created. Productivity, yes, it has already gone up like anything. And the roles that are going to be already in use by 2030 out of those 170 million would be around 78 million. These would be the tech roles that would be there. And when I'm talking about these roles would give students an opportunity to explore something of their passion also. So today everyone runs around engineering and talks about things. So now you'll be used being engineering with music. So how you can, produce music with AI and how do you keep it real? That it helps you guide you, but then you set the tones yourself. Similarly with AI with architecture, AI with agriculture, every domain is going to get wrapped around with AI. AI will be the wrapper, not something that would replace it. It will come support, make things more productive, make things more better, give you more exposure, which was limited. So if talk to your parents that okay, how did you do your research before the era of Google? It was books, it was reading articles, it was talking to people, newspapers, and everything. Exposure to Google, new things came up. YouTube came in. Now you have content creators talking about perspectives from every hook and corner of the world, talking about deep expertise, understanding the content, how it is to be. With AI, it's going to further enhance that. It is just going to give you more and more perspectives and more vantage points to think from. And that's where the productivity and the development will come. Now, skills, which will define a constant question, which is there that every student when they enter their second year or maybe some of them very serious in the first year come up and say, sir, fourth year, what would be the skill that would be? I don't know really about it. So if I divide it into two, the key skills in computer skills that are going to remain irrespective, which is there, all right, as I quoted it, it's AI-proof technical skills, system design and architecture, because it always needs that human understanding. So that complex system designing, AI will be able to assist, but human would always be there in the loop. Cybersecurity, with every advancement, threats would advance. And threats advancing, you need people in cybersecurity. Cloud architecture, again, because how are these AI skills, how are these AI tools that you're using like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, whatever, are going to run? They're going to run on cloud. How you are going to use and optimize it? That's the cloud architecture. And how you're going to keep all of this running, that's going to be DevOps and CI/CD. So these four areas domain with cloud are going to be relevant because these are going to be the backbone and somehow support AI growth. This key niche skills, which would come up with this, where human and AI collaboration skills would come in. These would be the AI ML engineering, where you would train the AI, you would tell it how to think, you will create the intelligence for AI. Those models would be created. How those models would work, they all would work with a backup of data. Data is the new oil, you all would have heard, but data is the key now because the more data AI has, the more exposure it has, the better it is able to respond, the better it is able to say. When in November 2022, the first version of ChatGPT was released, it did not give you all the answers. It was restricted to data of a certain date. That till this date, if you ask something would be correct. Anything happening beyond this date would not be right. And by November 23, all of it was disrupted because it was open and it had real-time data access and that could consume that data and give you correct answers. Design thinking has, from day one, a human-centric skill. And it is going to be the key skill in an AI. Because this design thinking is what it would lead to the AI engineering, would understand how data is to be consumed. And the most important, everyone misses out thinking about technology, the cost, culture, operations. These would be the important skills which still would be relevant in 2030 when you are going to graduate. And you need to work on them. You need to be aware. So if you want to be a normal CS graduate, AI-proof skills. If you want to be the AI human in the era, then it's the human plus AI collaboration skills which you need to look at. Now, extra mile, which will set you apart in 2030. So, what you need, what recruiters are asking for right now and it would only amplify. The ask would be more, I would say, hands-on when you reach in 2030. So it would be a real portfolio. Right now, schools are building projects. Good, they're hosting the projects on, cloud. They're live projects. You can interact with them. Everything is great. The only challenge there is now they do not understand how this project would work in a real time. Is where now the more and more recruiters will ask that if okay, you build a particular application, even it be exposed only to 1,000 or a 2,000 or a 15,000 user base, how did they use it? What was their feedback? How did you, evolve on that feedback? What changes did you make? What technological advancements were there, and how did you adapt to that? All of this would be needed. That's why there's going to be a real portfolio that is there. Now with the AI, there's one challenge that has popped up again right now among users. Challenge is that how do you verify? How do you verify that you know the skills? So again, the certifications are very much important for students because now in an AI era, when people are able to do stuff, but do they actually need to know the proof, the verification, the trust would be there when you do certifications. Most important, industry experience early. That is something. So more and more internships, more and more ways that you can work with industry is something which you would need to know. And with AI removing the borders, removing the barriers of how things used to work, global perspective is going to be very, very important for the students. Because now what you build is not only going to be used by a customer in a particular locality. So if I ask AI, the perfect example is that when you use AI, you ask certain things. But if it replies to you only in a context of, let's say, in the city that you are in, that's good if you're searching for something which is in your city. But then if you're searching for something like your B.Tech, if I learn these skills where my career can go, and if it only talks about the companies which are there in your city and gives you a perspective, there is where in 4 years your skills would be relevant in maybe Jaipur, maybe Indore, maybe some other city. Can't. But when it needs to talk about, it needs to talk about how it is going to be in the perspective of India, how it's going to be in the perspective of Asia, how it's going to be perspective of the world. Then is where actually you would be, because gone are the days when idea was conceptualized in US, was built in India and transported to the world. Now it's going to be a cohesive kind of environment where ideas are conceptualized together because AI has removed that barrier and every development can be done by anyone. So those barriers are gone. So the global perspective of how your products or applications are shipped are going to be very, very competitive edge in the times to come. Now, having said all of this, before I move forward, there will be questions in your mind. I'd like you to push down those questions in the chat or the Q&A section. We'll come back to those. And, I'll give you the solution to it. So now you would be asking, okay, sir, I've taken admission into my B.Tech. You've talked about all of this, kind of shown a bit of scary picture, things to work about, food for thought, that what LPU is doing about it, how you are preparing for these kind of disruptive changes. Yes, it is going to be speculative a bit, but then there has to be a lead that has to come up. So if I go back to this slide, I have to set students for AI-proof technical skills. There has to be students for human plus AI collaboration skills. They are two different sets altogether. What B.Tech CSE, I would say, in every manner, suppose the AI-proof technical skills, that's there. That you're all set, you're all AI-proof because these all things that we have talked about are there in your AI degree. But then if you look at the higher picture, where you need to be going for these top tier roles in 2030, how do you get ready for that? How do you get ready for the human plus AI collaboration skills is the question, because every time there's this constant effort that, okay, this is one set of things that I do it right, I reach here, but where I do need to pivot in the next cycle. Now, to do this is what actually sums up to what I've talked about. You need real industry experience, national exposure for cross-culture competency, industry certifications, which are must by recruiters nowadays. You need mentorship from top tech leaders, and you need deep specialization in these skills because these are the skills of the future. Keeping all of this in mind, when we went to the drawing board, as I said last year, we thought of how to get a program that covers all of this, because there are restrictions, there are challenges that were there. So we thought of it in a different perspective. Everyone thinks that, okay, get more and more people of industry to campus. People thought get more and more, industry-oriented projects to campus. Everything was to get things to campus. And that's where there was a need to think a bit outside the rational, outside the box. You need to think disruptive is where thought of something different. That if this is what is going to be needed, AML is needed, cloud architecture is needed, system designs are the next thing, cybersecurity is going all of this. So let's create a program around it. That's where we got up with a program. The technical part of the program was there. AI system design was easy to conceptualize, easy to put it onto the board. The last part, the global tech immersion, was the disruption that we were bringing, is the disruption that will come in. And why it is outside the box? Let's understand. Everyone thought, everyone is still thinking, most of the places bring things to campus, but that's not possible all the time in a proper manner. So we thought in a different manner. Why bring things to the campus? Why not get students to the industry? Is the approach that we took in this program. Now, the questions that you would have put in gets answered out here. In this program, 6 tech hub immersion. So you do not sit at campus. You go for a month every semester from the 3rd semester to a tech hub. You have to go to Bangalore, understand how startup culture works in Bangalore. Go to Hyderabad and understand how incubation startup ecosystem works in India. You go to Delhi NCR and talk about fintech hub of the country. You go to Dubai and understand global fintech hub, how global finance and fintech works. Vietnam about how shipping softwares work. Estonia is the global hub for cybersecurity. There's a structured 10 to 14 months internship manner embedded into your program, out of which there you will get internship for approximately 6 to 10 months as mandate. But rest is about your caliber. But then there is a structure that lets you be there for 14 months of internship in 4 years, which gives you the real experience. All the certifications that are key mostly would be sponsored by the university to a maximum extent. You will get mentorships from top mentors across board, from CTOs of top tech companies, top tech startups. You will have personalized guidance sessions with them. And the specializations which I talked about in demand will be a core part of this program. AML will be the core part. System design architecture will be a core part. Then the students can decide whether they want to go for cloud computing DevOps, whether they want to go for cybersecurity as a specialization put together with them. You want to go towards cyber, it's there. You want to go towards cloud computing, it's there. But AI and system design are going to be the key. It's a mandate that you have to go for it. Now, why we thought of it and why we went into this manner. Whenever we sat with industry, whenever people talked about things, it was the exposure needs to be there. Student needs to understand what industry perspective is. And all of this was taught. People coming to industry, doing certifications, collaborating for hackathons, just real-time projects at campus, was creating a silo, was creating a buffer for the students to be all at campus. But then once you go down into the organization, sit there and understand that this is the job role that I aspire. I want to be a AI cybersecurity guy. And you're sitting next to a AI cybersecurity guy for a week in a tech hub, and then understanding what his job role is, how he works, what are the things on a day-to-day basis that they come across, what tools, what techniques, how do they think, how actually things go on ground. You're shadowing that guy, and then you're doing an understanding of various other companies in that same locality and learning obviously stuff at those places. You're getting the real-time experience. You're understanding what your job role would be when you land into that same chair, in that same office. Now, it's all, okay, this would be the job role, that would be the job role, this is what you do. But then you understand firsthand sitting there shadowing, and okay, this is what my job is. And then you have a clarity. Do I actually want to do this? Or maybe with this experience, I have something different in mind. I want to explore something else. And that's when you go to the next immersion. You learn something new. You again increase your vantage point. You go to the next immersion. Again, you learn something new. You increase your vantage point. And that's key about how your immersion would benefit. This is one important thing which we brought to the program. And we understand tech skills, great, everyone doing a bit gets it. Yeah, look at that word cultural fit, why it matters. More and more when companies are looking for people, their technical skills they can understand. But do they understand where they're coming in? Do they come in with the right sense of belongingness to the organization? It's not about getting in and just having technical skills. It's about being fit to that organization, aligning with the goal of that organization, the future of that organization is where soft skill, when we talk about communication skills, creativity, cross-cultural collaborations, sensitivity, empathy is the right word, I would say. Having the problem-solving mindset is very much important. And that's what
Sir,
develop. Yeah.
yeah, Samisa, I just wanted to ask here because whenever I'm dealing with the students and talking to students, so there is one major question that I'm getting for this particular program. So that is like, what kind of learning experience that students gain at tech hubs? Like you just mentioned that there will be immersion. Immersion will be in every semester after first year, right? So as we are saying in 6 semesters, they will be going to the companies, like they'll be going to Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, NCR, Dubai. What kind of learning they are going to learn? Can you just brief it up a little more, like what projects they'll be going for or what kind of a major learnings they are having, so that students will have a real idea about this particular program, because this is something very exclusive program that is Lovely Professional University has started up. So if you can just brief on that and then we can go ahead.
Sure. So as it is mentioned, one part that we learn being there is the soft skills where you'll understand how communication works in an industry, how problem solving mindset is there, what actually problem solving is. And that's what you get beyond technical. When I say talk about technical, you will be there for a month in this city, Bangalore. In a tech office, you will be established. You will be running through live projects with industry on ground, with mentorships from people who are actually building stuff, startup founders, the key people like CTOs of top tech companies, FANG companies coming in, giving you the idea, you building on it, getting their feedback, understanding that what I do, they look at. Then when a product is ready, how it's shipped actually to users, what things that they be kept about, how the resilience of the system is to be built. All of this being there at that tech office, at that place. And it's not just that the tech office you will be there for a month would be same. Every week you would be going to a different tech office. You'll be understanding that, okay, if there is a data engineer at Amazon, how does a data engineer at Amazon work? You would be sitting with a data engineer at Amazon, looking at it and understanding what are his KPIs. What is the company's expectation from him and how does he delivers that? How does you work around that same job role? If there's a cybersecurity expert, senior cybersecurity expert in organization like CrowdStrike, others, how they work, how do they make system safe from all these attacks? What ways they think of creating those firewalls, those softwares, which gives you more security, which gives you a thought process that you're secure. All of this will be in the IBM office, understanding how IBM has built its pipeline of systems. Similarly, you go to Hyderabad, there are a lot of incubation centers. You'll be visiting those incubation centers and understanding that if I do a startup, how that startup would be evaluated by an incubator. If I'm going then pitching to a VC, what pointers a virtual VC would be looking at? It's not just the things that you look at Shark Tank. Few, key terminologies like EBITDA and all. Those are just eyewash, I would say, that you look at. These are the superficial things, but then an actual VC will go in depth and understand and what things that you have done. And that's what you will understand when you go to Hyderabad. Delhi NCR being the hub of fintech, you'll go and understand how does this fintech ecosystem works. You're paying through UPI. How are the companies earning money through you and enabling you? How does Google Pay? You make a transaction, you pay 100 rupees, this person gets 100 rupees. How is Google Pay getting benefited from it? Why it is putting out its servers and application load and everything, processing so many transactions? What is the benefit to them? How do they take that fintech ecosystem understanding? Same as at global level, how exchange of money works. How do you do that? You understand that how tech enables that and how those financial ecosystems work around the globe, not just in India. Estonia being the cybersecurity hub, you'll understand again that how new tech in cybersecurity is built, how when we talk about zero-day attacks, when we talk about other things in cybersecurity, how they are conceptualized, actually going on ground. So that is the difference that would happen when you go and get immersed into these tech hubs. I hope I've answered the questions. We can take the questions. Let's move on to the next part. We'll have a proper next 20-25 minutes only for Q&A.
Definitely.
The other thing that's this immersion adds, we are beyond the technical skills. You definitely will have technical skills. You can have the technical skills at campus. You can have it at immersion with an understanding of how actually that tech skill goes on job role is the important part. But then what does that give you? That gives you the confidence. Difference would be that you as a student have got the experience. You already know how the things to work because you have gone through that technology. But the difference would be you've already worked across those skills. You have already worked across those tech hubs. And you would have that confidence that I know what it takes. I know what it takes to make it work. I know what it takes to be there and how the work goes down. That's the difference that this program creates, the confidence among students. But how you go about this in a manner of experience that you get, you will be talking about in your interview about the experiences. You will not be the one talking about, okay, this is cybersecurity. You're talking about, okay, this is cybersecurity. Already been there. I've done this. This is the part that I've learned and already implemented with a particular organization. So that confidence is the key. And to sum up all of it, the regular program is a great program, still there. But then the edge that someone needs is what we are offering, understanding the factors which are going to make impact in 2030. Immersions would be there, internships would be there. You will get across global standards, understand it. You will have a professional network ready throughout it. You will have a mentorship from top CXOs, CTOs, and founders. And you will go through these cross-cultural strengths by living across it. Being at a Microsoft office, Amazon office, or a good office and understanding how things work and understanding from someone listening to who has worked there, different parts of the same coin. And that's where the difference is. And these are all what we thought of. And when we went to the industry and understood, and that's where we have created this additional option for students, that there's a program which covers all and what makes you future-proof for that human plus AI collaboration skills. The tech skills still there, embedded, good to go in the regular program. Thank you, everyone. We can go ahead and have questions what students have put in and talk about them now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sami Ananda. And I would request to admission nominee Dr. Kavisha Duggal to be on the screen. Over to you, Dr. Kavisha Duggal.
Before we go to the fee and scholarship of this program, I think Sami sir will take few questions, right? And then we can come up to the fee and scholarship, right?
Yes.
Because there are a lot of questions that students have posted. So let's go with that. The first question I can see here is, what is the previous year average package in B.Tech CSE?
B.Tech CSE, normally the average package always is between 7 to 8 LPA. So the previous year is around 7.3.
I hope this question is clear. And then we have, as a student, as a CSE student, if I switch to AI roles, will it be difficult or easy to switch from software developer to AI engineer?
See, switching roles in AI era is not going to be a lot difficult because, as I said, it's going to support you. It's going to help you pivot. It's not going to wipe things out. It's only going to amplify how things are going to go about. So yes, it is going to be a bit challenging to learn both at the same point of time, but then it's doable.
So then there's another question. I'm currently working in a project. Basically, it's like clone of Swiggy, but I don't use AI. I think if I use AI, what will I learn? Am I doing it right? Yes. What? And if no, why no? He's not using AI and he's making a project. So Sami sir, please.
Can you just repeat that question, Kavisha, once?
He's making a similar kind of a project like Swiggy.
Okay.
What Swiggy application is there, he's
Yeah,
making a similar kind of application right now, but he's not using AI. He's doing everything by himself without using nothing related to Claude or something, no AI he's using. So is he doing right, or he should implement AI in his project?
Going about it without using AI is the right step, I would say. You need to understand and go about that in the right manner. First, build it on your own. And then at a particular point of time when you have reached a decent product, to get it to an MVP level, you will need to use AI, because developing it all on the own and you're doing it as a single person, not with the team, will take a lot of time. Using AI is not wrong, but understanding what AI is asking you and then do it on your own is the right way to do it. So go to AI, ask it to structure it, and then understand what structure it is giving you. Do it yourself. Do not copy the AI code. Let it guide you about how to go about it. Do not use Claude to give me the code for this particular application in Flutter. Ask code that I'm developing this, I'm at this particular stage. What is the next particular application, next particular module I need to pivot into? And then how to go about it. Guide me, do not give me the code. Write it. It will guide you. So use the guidance model of AI at this stage rather than asking and getting the code. AI works the way you want it to work. It would give you the guidance if you restrict it and say, you just need to give me guidance, do not give me the code, and I'll do it myself. And that's the right way to go about it. Take the guidance, because the knowledge is no more restricted. It gets personalized to you. And then you can ask questions about what mistakes you are making. Okay, this is the error coming in. I am thinking this is what the error is and this is how should I solve it. Is my thought process in the right direction, or am I missing out a particular piece of the puzzle and not thinking it through? Let AI tell you that. So give it a thought process. Don't simply throw the error and ask how to solve it. Throw your thought process. Let it guide you and tell you that your thought process is right till this extent, but you missed this piece of the puzzle. If you add this to your thought process, this is how you will be able to solve all the problems early. With that coming into your mind, coming into your perspective of solving things, that's how you develop problem solving.
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions.
Yeah, Soeb, good morning. You can talk to Mr. Sami Anand directly. Yes, Soeb, go ahead. Yes, Soeb.
Sir, I want to ask, like, what are the mistakes students are making and getting nothing out of their degree?
What are the mistakes that the students are making in
Degree
And
getting nothing out of the degree.
the biggest mistake is, the first mistake is that now in the AI era, students are thinking that we can learn everything and do everything through AI. There's no need for a faculty, there's no need for learning and getting a degree. That's the first big mistake, because yes, AI will be able to supplement, AI will be able to support you, but then that learning when you come, because AI is not going to
yes,
create.
sir, and I have some confusion. Like, I have solved almost 40 questions in lead code, and I'm doing Flutter, learning Flutter right now, and also doing like cybersecurity. It's all messed up. What to do? Like, what should I go through?
Again, that's where Shoaib, you have answered the question what you asked in the earlier. The structure is something that everyone will not be able to give you. You throw to AI, AI will tell you do everything, because everything is important. How to go about it, what to learn first, how to pivot from what you have learned and add it to the next syllabus, add it to the next subject. How that provision of subjects work in is what the degree offers you. That this is the structured part of learning, this is the right way of learning, this is how you go about and learn. That is the importance when you come out here, when you are in a university. You get colleagues who support you, you get faculties who mentor you and tell you that, okay, you're going into the right direction, but you're going too fast. Now you're talking about you're doing development, you're doing cybersecurity all together, not the right way. First, you need to understand how development works. You understand a good coding language. Then you understand how a code is structured. Then you understand cybersecurity for coders. That is only when you're writing a code, what pointers you need to keep in mind while writing that code, that you do not give the loophole or I would say, the doorway access to cybersecurity folks who want to, come up and do something wrong to your system or disrupt your system just by a code which has given them an exploit. So you understand how a code is written from a cybersecurity perspective. That's come later. First, you understand the structure of the code. You understand how to code. You understand how to apply OOPS concept. You understand how data structure works. Then comes in the cybersecurity of the programming. And then comes the cybersecurity of the architecture. And then comes the architecture, which is the system.
So when I was in 12, I have like manipulated a price of a movie theater, and the owner called me like, "What you have done?" And he asked like, "What are the mistake we are doing, and how can you fix this?"
Okay, that's
I
good.
told them.
Good that you were able to do and show your, practical skills. But then that's where you need to understand and do it in a proper manner. This is what, most of the white hat hackers do. They exploit, they understand what challenges are, and then they give out the solutions. That's what the job role of a good cybersecurity researcher is. That's what the entire world calls as a bug bounty program. So you understand, identify a bug, and then report it to the organization, and then you also suggest solutions, and then they pay you for your expertise. That's what we call the bug bounty program in cybersecurity.
Yeah. And sir, will LPU help me improving my speaking skills? Like I have a fear of speaking.
Yeah, we have a dedicated team of professionals at campus, around roughly, if I say around 67 folks, only take care of soft skill for the students. And a total team of 150 people at the Center of Professional Enhancement, which are taking off the skills other than technical to be enhanced for the students. It would be a basic aptitude, problem solving skills that are there. Then it would be your core competency, confidence building, and soft skills. There's an entire separate team under Center for Professional Training who takes care of this for you.
Thank you so
Sir,
much.
don't worry. We will groom you from tip
Okay,
to
sir.
toe.
Thanks, sir. This much.
Yeah, I
Okay.
hope you got your answer. So, Sam Martin. Yes, Sam, go ahead. You can talk directly to Dr. Kavisha and Mr. Samian. Yes, Sam, hi. Sam Martin. Yes, Sam. Hello. Okay, now Ayush. Yes. Ayush, if you want to talk to our expert. Yes, Ayush. Hi, Ayush. Go ahead. Yes, Ayush. Okay, let's take the questions, Dr. Kavisha.
Yeah, there's one question, Sami sir, because we were discussing about a very prestigious program right now, that is B.Tech, that is in the collaboration Global Tech Immersion Program. So in that particular program, so the program mentions 70% is a practical based evaluation. What additional learning exposure does this GIP student will get over a regular CSE student? Is it true it is a completely 70% practical based
Yes.
evaluation system?
Yeah, in this program, because again, as I said, we are looking at how industry would be evaluating you in 2030. So they would be working on how good exposure you have to things. And with help of AI, obviously, the way to do it more practical is easier. Earlier, the students had to, as Shrav was talking about developing a complete app. Now that app acceleration can be done. Earlier, it used to take years. Now it could be done in months. So yes, students will be taught in that fashion, and then the evaluation would be hands-on. The teaching would not be more theoretical; it would be more practical, development, experiential, and that's where the 70% part of it actually is going to be evaluated. So, out of let's say the 60 courses that you study over the 8 semesters, those 60 courses, 70% of the courses, more than 50 courses, will all have an hands-on evaluation. Roughly 50 courses will have an hands-on evaluation, and you would not be doing a written pen and paper exam. It would be a project, it would be assignment. You would have to come up and sell your product. You would be come up and talk about what you have done. It might be a certification that would be as an outcome of the course. So all of this would be practical industry link for roughly 70% of the 60 courses that the students are going to study.
Okay. So obviously, if we are talking about the program, so it will be having a better placement opportunities in comparison to the other courses. Will that be there?
So when we are talking about the top skills, as I presented in the slide, there were AI-proof skills, there were human plus AI skills. When these skills are the most sought after, so we'll have a better placement opportunity for students. The average packages would be better. But then the best part about this program is you do not need to think about placements in a perspective as you look at a regular course in university. When you move around this tech immersion hub, the network of people that you would have connected to and the work that you would have showcased to, you would have an offer letter from one of the companies most probably. Because if you're doing it the right way, they are seeing your progress. They might give you a live project to work with. You're working on that live project, delivering. That's what we call right now as an open source development platform. And you're doing it. The chances and the probability of you getting an offer directly by that work experience is far, far higher than a campus placement. So we are not looking at campus placements, but this is at getting that right job which you want to do. And as I said, you will be going to different immersions, understanding that job role. So you might be thinking of a job role today, but once you go down there and you will see, okay, this is okay what I thought of, but that job role is better, which I did in the other semester. Let me try and pivot to that job role. So you will be able to decide the job roles yourself. You'll be able to understand by experiencing the job roles.
So these were the questions related to I'll talk about the B.Tech AI and system design, right? We have few other questions also for the students. I think we should address them first, and then we should move about how we can do a program transfer to this particular program. So there's one question. So can you list some tech company names where we can go for internship? So you can just guide them about for global immersion also, where they will be going for internship, because this webinar is for that, and the other companies as well.
So internships would be multiple. There would be hundreds of companies that visit LPU for internships. You are eligible for those companies, but adding to that, there would be companies like Quadify, there would be companies like Microsoft where you would be going for immersion. There would be companies like Godrej, there would be companies like ITC, fintech hubs like Paytm. All of this is divided into sectors because you're going to work in domain. So though you will not be thinking about only the tech companies, but you will be going because you are going to develop perspective of different work cultures. So you'll be going to a company like Quantify, which is good in cybersecurity and cloud architecture. So you'll be understanding how they work, what is the way that they pivot. You might be working with a company like MoveNsync, which is a startup running a great ecosystem about how to bring synchronization to work. So you would get multiple opportunities with startups, with established organizations, with key leaders in those particular domains to work with. So the list is long. All the companies that come to university for placements, you will be eligible for that. Plus a special set of companies where you will be going for global immersions in this would be established. You'll have that list on the website as well.
Thank you so much, sir. Before we move ahead, all your questions will be addressed definitely. We'll talk about the fee structure of this particular program and how you can further check out this program on our website, right? So we need to go to lpu.in where we can go to admissions. Dalvinder ma'am, is my screen visible? Can you just acknowledge once?
Yes, the screen is visible. You can continue.
Thank you so much. Then we can go to this tab, admissions tab, and here it will come Global Immersion Program. As you all are from the computer science background students, so you can go to B.Tech CSE, AI and System Designs with Global Tech Immersion. Obviously, you have already enrolled into the university and you have all been, you have cleared the eligibility. The eligibility criteria is similar for this program. We are requiring 60% marks, right, for this particular program. So has already guided you about the program, where here also it is mentioned what are the core principles of this program: learning by doing and attendance, performance over attendance. You can go through in the depth. Each and everything is mentioned on a website. Along with that, sir has told you how this immersion will help you to grow. What are the key aspects of this? Completely it is mentioned here. And immersion, very important point which sir has mentioned, that you will be going to different cities. All the list of cities are mentioned. Along with that, what will be their focus area and exposure? Each and every aspect in detail, in depth is mentioned about this particular program. So you can go check out this also. If you have any doubt right now, you can definitely ask us related to this particular program. And the core domains that will be covered in this particular program, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, then system design, these are the core aspects that will be covered. Along with that, there are the two other aspects, cybersecurity, cloud computing, and DevOps. They're also being part of this particular curriculum, right? So if you have any concerns related to the curriculum, certification, how this program is going to go ahead, you can discuss this. Each and every detail, year by year progression, what courses you'll be studying, what technical skills you'll be learning is mentioned here. The resources, the expected outcomes, each and every detail, right? Then coming to the core part of this particular program. This program definitely involves a lot of company exposure, immersion, internships. You'll be going to Bangalore, Hyderabad, each and every your going expenditure there, everything will be taken care by the university. That is the reason the cost will be little higher side. That is, for per semester, it is 4,50,000. Of course, you have scholarships in this. How you can get the maximum scholarship in this particular program is 35%. And how you can get the scholarship? Either you have LPU Nest exam, two chances are there, or you can have 98% marks or above in 10th or 12th, right? Or you can give the JEE mains exams also. If you have given the JEE exam and you have a cutoff above 95 percentile, then also you can go for it. And then it is the 35% scholarship that we are giving in this, right? And your fee will be 2,92,500. I'm sure you're part of Lovely Professional University. You might have got your scholarships updated also on the basis of your LPU Nest, your JEE mains exam, or your class 10th or 12th. Whatever will be the highest, we provide that. In this particular program, we offer 35%, 30%, 25%, and 20% of the scholarship. Once whatever the fee structure, the scholarship has been given to you, it will remain there for completely 4 years. We do not withdraw the scholarship until and unless you're involved in any of the indisciplinary actions, right? Now, as per the students who have joined LPU, they have taken the admission in XYZ programs. Like suppose there are students who have taken admission in B.Tech CSE, and now they're thinking that, okay, I want to go for B.Tech CSE AI and system designs. Well, how they can go? Okay, for them, I'll tell you, we have our program. I'll say program people are the program managers are there. We have 3 program managers with us. I will like to introduce them. If they can just put their cameras on. And you can contact them. I'll be sharing the contact number also. We have Miss Neha with us. We have Mr. Jaspreet with us. We have Miss Sequinder with us. They are the program managers for this particular program. You can contact them. Your Neha ma'am's number will be shared here in the chat. You can contact them and they will help you to do the program transfer to this particular course. And all your questions, if you are still having any questions for this particular program, we are open to that and you can discuss and ask us. So Neha ma'am, students will be contacting you, Jasprit sir, and they will be messaging you for further communication. If they're the experts of this program who have the complete guidance and how you can get your program transferred, they'll help you in that journey. So if there's any questions left, we can go with that questions. Dalvinda ma'am, can we go ahead with the questions, please?
Can we take a couple of questions from our, yes sir, go to Sammy sir, please. Mr. Sammy.
Just looking at the Q&A, and there were a few very curious questions, and I'm very happy that the students are so much, informed about the things that are going around. I would just name out the student who had asked this question, and I'm happy that someone has gone to that level and understood that what is happening in cybersecurity today. So I'm just scrolling back to that question I first answered it. Someone asked a very beautiful question. Answered. Give me a second. Ask the question. Yeah. So it was Anmol Badan, and great Anmol that you have already worked about and looked at what the Anthropic is doing with cybersecurity by its new model, which is Mythos. So you should also go ahead and read about Project Glasswing. So yes, they are coming up with methods in where it is giving up ways to get to the challenges which are there in cybersecurity and find out bugs and how to exploit about it. So Project Glasswing, yes, it is there. But having said that, when AI is used, why the Project Glasswing is kept secretive, not open to all, is because of the reason if AI is able to exploit and give you bugs, it can create new challenges. It can also come up with new ways to exploit, which will not be known earlier. And again, it's not just the AI, it's the human in between also, because they will guide about how to look at an exploit, where to look for exploit. So cybersecurity in AI era is going to be there, going to be still relevant, irrespective of Mythos and such tools coming up. They will pop up every other, I would say, quarter, not then year. But then again, to stop the exploitation by Mythos to a system, again, you will need a people in cybersecurity to do that. So yes, it is always going to be a Tom and Jerry, where one creates one challenge, the other tries to solve it. So that's why cybersecurity is going to be relevant in the AI era. There's another guy who asked about if I'm going planning for an MS program, how GIP is going to help me over a regular program, because you have exposure. You've already taken global experience. Once you add that to your MS application abroad, a student applying from any other university or any other curriculum would only be able to talk about what he did in the campus. But then you will be talking about the internships that you did. Then you will be talking about the immersions that you did. That's where you would be a more relevant candidate for these universities MS, because you have got that exposure, you have understand it, and you would have brownie points for this immersions and those internships, which other students will be missing out. So if you're 100% inclined for doing MS, global immersion is the way, I would say, better than the other one, because that brownie points are where the differentiating factor between you and the other application would be. Then another guy has asked about Shreya has asked about the cities and the countries that are mentioned in immersion are guaranteed for every student, or they're merit based. So Shreya, all these immersions are guaranteed for the students who qualify for the program. You will get guaranteed immersions. Internships, yes, are merit based, but immersions are guaranteed. So immersion would be there 100% for all the students. There is no merit based into that. Certain internships would definitely be merit based. And when it comes to global immersion, yes, all these cities, there's only one caveat. Obviously, people would have to apply for visa. University will be 100% supporting in the visa application, but it will be an individual visa application. University can't guarantee visa. That's for sure. That's up to your visa application, how it gets processed and all. But besides that, there is no way that you will not be a part of any immersion part. So there's no merit for immersion. Everyone is guaranteed into the global immersion part. Last question I should take from Ganesh. It's a very good question, which a lot of you should understand. So he has asked how AIML is different from core CSE. So AIML is not different from core CSE. Core CSE is the base to all technologies that we are talking about. If you remove core CSE, every tech is done. So if you remove a database, there's no tech. Every tech runs on data. So if you do not understand how database system works, there's no tech for it. So core CSE is like the backbone. You don't have a backbone, you can't live. Backbone and heart are the two critical parts. So in terms of core CSE, without core CSE, there's no AIML. So AIML rests on concepts and everything that comes out of core CSE. So it's not different. It's the backbone of AI. So core CSE is going to be there. Without core CSE, there's no technology. So the companies, when they evaluate a student, if you know a technology very beautifully, but you don't know core CSE, they won't select you. Because you will be good at that technology, but when that technology coincides with the problem statement coming from core CSE, you are the worst guy. You will not be able to think it through. So hence, if you have a very good core conceptual knowledge of CSE, and then you have an add-on skill, whatever you want, is the right way to go for it. And that's what we have kept intact into this program of global immersion also. We have not went away and said that you will do this, all the top buzzwords around in the industry. But if you look at the structure of the program year on year, so first year is all foundational. That's why it is in campus rigorous. So that before you enter the industry as a first global immersion, you don't sound cheesy. You don't sound that you're someone just came in, getting up and you would be there caught off guard. So that's not what the university wants. Then first year we'll prepare you so that once you go into your first immersion and stand there and you talk, people know that you know stuff. People think that, okay, this kind of guy, third semester, that's where they give you that support, they give you that feedback to further improve, further do things. So that's where we have kept the core intact and added over the core for the program.
Yes, Ms. Neha, you want to say something? Please, over to you, Ms. Neha Thakur. Ms. Neha Thakur, you want to add something? Yes.
Neha, you want to add something? Is it so? I think it would be by mistake. And there's Ayush. Yeah.
Ayush and Shreyan hand raise hands. So if you want,
Yeah.
you
Ms. Neha also raised her hand to
can
add something in this. Yes. Dr. Kavisha?
I wanted that Ayush to, he's saying, please unmute me. So I wanted him to ask, please, Ayush, go ahead. Dalvinder ma'am, have we unmuted him?
Okay, Ayush. Yes, Ayush. Yes, go ahead, Ayush. Yes, Ayush.
Ayush, you can please go ahead.
unmute
Hello.
yourself. Yes, Ayush.
Good morning, sir. First of all, CS is CS score is क्या बोलते हैं सर? स्कोर
बोलो
क्या
बेटा।
चूज करना सही रहेगा? सर स्कोर चूज करना सही रहेगा compared to CS many specializations will be worth in 2026 for upcoming degrees, or it will go up to 2030, and in 2030 there will be upgradation CS score. It will be 2026 for us.
I understand the query, Ayush, though the voice was a bit there. So correct me if I'm wrong, just let me know whether I understood the question right. So you want to understand CS code today and then doing a specialization with CS code, which is an option with LPU, or this program, which is the way to go about. So obviously, as I said, the specialization gives you the edge only for the technical stuff in a proper manner, and exposure is limited to what comes into the campus. That exposure is there. That's exposure for everyone who's there in the university. But the students of this GIP program will not get bound to the exposure at university. They will move around. They will go to places. They will talk to people and then learn from their real-time experience also. So yes, that program is still very good, will lead to placements, will give you all the opportunities that are there at campus, everything. You'll go for internship in your last year also. There's an option in that program as well. But here you get immersion every semester. You get internships divided over multiple years. That exposure is early in your degree. And that exposure is what will lead to that human plus AI skill that I said. So there's an AI skill, there's a human plus AI skill collaboration, the two brackets. This bracket is there for everyone, the AI skill bracket, whether it be the B.Tech CSE regular or the CSE with specialization. AI skill plus human collaboration is where this GIP program comes in and gets you to the next pivoting.
Sir, one more question is there.
Please.
After second year, college is providing to choose specializations like ML, data science, but why we can't choose AI ML?
AI ML, there's an option after second year as well.
No, ask from university. So university says you can choose ML, not AI ML. So that's my question. Why we can't choose AI ML?
It's AI
I have
ML.
an interest to choose. Yes.
So understand, AI is a larger thing which runs basics of ML. From second year, you will be learning AI ML. That's a part of the curriculum. Name is machine learning because you will be starting from the core concepts and you'll be starting in the end of second year. Here you start from the first year, and that's why it's a more comprehensive program. There also you will get the learning, but the number of subjects would be limited. And based on the subject course coverage, machine learning and AI both would be covered. The name is also AI ML. That's not machine learning.
Okay, sir.
I hope Ayush, you got your answer from our expert. So,
Sorry, Dalvinder, cutting you short to clarify for Ayush. A normal B.Tech CSE program versus a specialization in AI/ML versus a GIP. Let me give it to you. A normal CSE program, the subject exposure to AI/ML would be limited because you'll be studying post CSE more and then a component of AI/ML. So roughly around 20 to 25 credits would be AI/ML of that degree because you are doing one specialization into CSE. Coming to B.Tech AI/ML, you would be anywhere doing 50 to 60 credits in AI/ML because you have already chosen your specialization, you have already qualified for that. And all the courses which are starting from the first year are aligned towards AI/ML. So it's not just a specialized AI/ML course, but other courses that you study, you will study mathematics for AI, mathematics for ML. So you're studying maths in CSE also, you're studying maths in AI/ML also specialization, but maths is aligned towards your AI/ML because you have clarified path for AI/ML. So your credits goes from anything between 20 to 25 to 50 to 60 credits, double up in a specialization. Then comes your GIP. The number of credits for AI/ML teaches around 60, 70, just 10 more because most of it is there. But then you get those immersions, then you get those internships, then you get those exposure from CXOs, CTOs of the industry. You go around and understand that cross-cultural compatibility. That's what's the edge that GIP adds on to a specialization. Plus, the specialization, which is system design, is only available in GIP and not available in any other program. So that's how these three are structured.
So I hope Ayush, you got your answer. Soeb is with us. Soeb, you want to talk to sir? Soeb, go ahead. Yes, Soeb Akhtar. Yes, Soeb.
You're not audible.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, no problem. Okay. Anything is left? Dr. Kavisha, over to you, Dr. Kavisha. Dr. Kavisha, you are not audible.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to ask one question with the parents' perspective. Sami sir, this is a very common question which our program manager has forwarded. That in the parents' point of view, if I talk about the parents' perspective, what tangible ROI does this program offer in comparison to the regular B.Tech CSE program? I'm talking about a GIP program, ROI in comparison to B.Tech CSE program.
So obviously, as I said, the exposures will bring in more clarity to the student about the kind of job roles that they want to do. Obviously, with the kind of exposure and the learning and the rigor in this program, you would be only looking at top tier packages. Again, there's a caveat to it, how much student works around it. The student has to put in efforts. The things are available go into the right direction. So when we are looking at ROI and targeting for this program, only the top tier packages, the packages above 30 LPA, 20 LPA are the ones which are targeted for this program because you will have that kind of an exposure. And if you have done things right, that's the bare minimum that you will go into. The second ROI that we are looking at for the students who are looking at entrepreneurship as a career opportunity, that where this program gets you into incubation hubs, this program gets you access to venture capitalists and understand that, okay, how a startup is structured, how a gap analysis for a startup is done, how to go about the startup idea, put it to a level, an MVP, and how does which is incubated and then taken to a international level, and then how do you work around it? So you understand the because you just do not understand the fancy terms of startup which are going out on the internet like EBITDA. You actually understand the business and understanding of how a startup is grown. So all of this is what you understand from entrepreneurship perspective. Placement, as I said, top tier packages to your role, because you're not starting a specialization in a manner, you're also working on it in real time. So AI system design, if you look at the average packages for an AI engineer and AI system design engineer, the average packages are around, starting freshers, I'm talking around 15 to 18. So that's your starting point to look at because of the exposure and the kind of things that you would have done. It's only that done it in the right manner. The student would put in that effort through that rigor. If they go through that rigor in a proper manner, the ROI is going to be there for sure.
Thank you so much, Sammy sir. I have got the complete insight about the program, and I'm sure our students have also got it. So over to you, Dalvinder.
Yes, thank you so much to our experts, Mr. Sammy Anand and Dr. Kavisha Duggal. I hope everyone got the answer from our experts. So can we wind up this, Dr. Kavisha and Mr. Sammy?
I think we have answered all the questions, and there's no question that is pending. And if they still have the question, they can always.
Yeah. If anyone have any question regarding the admission, they just write on us at admission@lpu.co.in. And you can do WhatsApp chat with us. Our WhatsApp number is 985256900. I'm repeating the number. It's 985256900. As we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. Your presence.
Ma'am, can you repeat? May you repeat, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Please, ma'am, please repeat the number of institute, whatever you say before the number.
You want? Okay, Neha ma'am's number you want? I have pinged it. I'll repeat also for the GIP program, right?
WhatsApp number you want?
Yeah, I want WhatsApp number to contact with the.
Yeah. It's It's 985256900.
985256900.
Dalvinder ma'am, that's the WhatsApp number. And I would like to give the Neha ma'am's number also for the GIP. I have sent a broadcast message also. Again, I'm repeating it. It is 86. You can note down 8699178885. Neha ma'am, you can contact for B.Tech AI and System Design Global Immersion Program. For GIP program, if you have any queries, you want to go for program transfer, you can contact Neha ma'am. A number again, I'm repeating, 8699917885. It's an official university number, right? Over to you, Dalvinder ma'am.
If anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can visit our website, that is lpu.in, or can be accessed on YouTube also later. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I will be signing off this webinar. Take care and goodbye. Have a beautiful day.